story here.
Well, the big difference for those that are not really aware of how drop shot works, and we'll kind of explain that as it goes in. So the biggest and most simplistic way of explaining this is there's a bunch of tiles on...
Yeah, where's the goal?
There is none.
What?
Until you make it.
Ooh.
Yeah, you got to make the goal. So there's a bunch of tiles on each side, and when the ball hits said tiles, it primes them like that. The harder you hit it, and with more pace, the more damage it does, and there's 3 phases to the ball. So right now it's in the second phase, and then when it gets hit again, like lightning will come out of it, that's phase 3, and that does up to 17 damage or 19 damage, something like that, of tiles. It's an unbelievable amount.
That is going to be a lot of damage. Whoever gets this one to touch the ground, but simply touching the ball turns it to your team's color, and they did not touch the ball. Their denial's going to give a lot of prime tiles. The next step to these tiles, though, is a gate. The second this ball touches it with your opponent's color, will open a gate, and then you can score. And that's where you get your points from. Right now, Atelier is already building a lot of damage. Look at all these prime tiles. But Denial has a lot of chance to pull us back. Cool thing with goal resets, though, is that you keep your damage. That goes nowhere.
Right. I know you're a big Smash player as well, and that's kind of how we explain it, is think about it of having lives and that percentage on your health. And that's pretty much how it states. It keeps going, and the benefit of that is there's like a ton of comeback potential. There's been times when, you know, you're getting destroyed, and out of nowhere, it's just one after another. You see someone like ground pinch it into it, and it primes it, and then it goes right through into the goal too. It's crazy.
We have a little bit of damage being built there now for Denial. They're starting to creep up that percentage, getting some prime tiles. As Atelier is still looking to open some gates themselves. That could be some damage if it touches the corner. It does bounce up the wall. Sad. On with Turtle, tries to dunk him, tries to get that signature drop shot as the game mode would imply, but a full-powered ball here is scary, as both teams simply just have to let it touch the ground, and that's going to be some open gates. You see 3 of them open up into the abyss below, and that's going to be now a chance for Atelier. They can score if they can put that ball on target, and this game mode really allows for 3 kind of skills to come out. Shadowing, being able to follow what your opponent's doing with the ball. Accuracy. If you have one gate open, you can hit it across the map. There's a goal for you.
Yeah, big one too as well. Like, even though there's some solo mechanics and stuff, the craziest thing about threes too is the way that these guys pass. Very rarely does it touch the ground. That's why you see it in that third stage so often.
Look at this floor.
Yeah, but it does. That's the crazy part, and the benefit for Denial is even though they have a ton of damage on their side, if they just have 2 hits right in a row and open up a gate and then put it right back in immediately, all that damage doesn't matter. You still have to be able to put it in the open gates.
Well, this will be interesting. We have about 5 gates open now and an entirely primed floor on the side of Denial. This is scary for them because this ball touches the ground on their side. That is just a million opportunities now for Atelier to be able to score, but look at them starting to rebuttal with some gates of their own as they're slow to chip in. This is where I say accuracy is important. Sure, you have a whole lot of prime tiles on Denial's side, but if you're not opening gates, that doesn't matter. But Denial is opening gates
Corrupted
and finding that opening, and that's what we said. It doesn't matter how many prime tiles you have.
That entire side of Denial has been pretty much tagged, but it doesn't matter. Like you said, opening the gates and letting it flood in. Just a quick touch over the top, back inside.
There you have. We have Denial up 1-0, but as we said before, this percentage stays. These damage tiles, the prime tiles here, are still there after that goal reset. And Atelier still has a chance to even this up very quickly. The biggest important thing for them is to not allow Denial to build more percentage coming into this this next goal.
Exactly correct, but shots like that are going to hurt as these guys are playing back and forth. But the way that these guys notice too, and it's glad to see early on, is that as soon as that ball's like on the other side, what a rebuttal.
That's a passing play, and that's so important, being able to misdirect your opponents. All 3 of Atelier getting into the play on this one. A Matt with the final drop down. Incredible play from Atelier to tie this one up.
Yeah,
but
really
still some
well
damage.
Yeah, it's one of those things too, like even though they tied up, it's still those damages. If a well-placed kickoff gets primed and then pushed over right like that, that gets open and then immediate shot after, like it changes so fast.
Precisely as you were just talking about, off the kickoff, they send one to the far side, and kickoffs, much like hoops, it pops into the air, and being able to send that ball straight down into the ground off the bat and build some percentage or open some gates like that is super, super important. Now Denial already with an open gate on the far side, maybe trying to distract on the short side. That's almost going to drop in. Turtle does manage to keep that one away as it bounces off the side of that tile, but a ton of open gates. Very minimal damage now done to Denial's side. They still sit with an upper hand with the final minute remaining. Demos can be super critical here because you remove someone that's shadowing the ball and gives you another chance to get an open field to send that ball over to the far side.
Well, unfortunately for them, that ball's going to touch, but the response, Atelier known for that accuracy and drop shot, as we've seen him play multiple times beforehand.
As you said, yeah, in a lot of the 1v1s that I've been doing, Atelier actually won the first week with insane amount of accuracy. This guy knows how to play drop shot, and I think that's why they've been able to turn this one around.
Now, the crazy thing, too, about drop shot is normally we see these guys spread out on the field quite a bit, but the amount of time that they're literally shadowing their own teammates rather than the opposite side. Oh, my goodness, that could have been terrible for the denial side, but it doesn't prime it. They're still able to secure it.
Yeah, this is rough. 10 seconds left. And we are tied up with a lot of gates on both sides. This is a rough spot. Turtle just has to drop that one down.
Oh, no, it landed.
Denial. This is a rough situation for them right now, but we hit our first Ivor time of the day.
Get out of here with your terrible spelling.
Get out of here.
Oh, man. But still beneficial for Denial. They've still got a lot of that space open on the right side for the gate in the back corner of Atelier.
Well, and misdirection comes in huge, because if you can have a gate open on the far side, make your opponents think you're just going for, maybe the left side, and then suddenly chip it over to that far right side and get a goal if you're accurate enough. Misdirection can play huge in this, but building some more gates there. Denial trying to even up this playing field. A lot of prime tiles, few open gates on that far side you can see there. Big gaping gate, 37 seconds into this. That's going to be rough for Denial, although Turtle has to back off. One thing we also didn't mention is there are no boost pads on this.
Right, a lot of it has to do with reoccurring boosts. So there's no boost pads, and a lot of teams that like to play really fast. What a save by Sizz. Getting lucky playing that off the lip.
Oh my goodness, Sizz, what a smart play to fake away from that one and try to air dribble that to open up a couple more gates. Ooh, that will end up dropping.
What?
Catches one of them opening on the other side. There was a prime tile, and it ends up dropping it. That was actually incredible. It's so hard to predict that. You can see it's a radius thing, and that last gate opened on the far side and let that ball drop in, and that's going to be Atelier taking it, but very, very close series. And honestly, I would have thought, because of Atelier being on the team, that would have been a point in this best of 5 for Denial, but Atelier is going to be able to take it away. And as much as I would love to keep just doing this entire tournament in drop shot, we have a different game mode.
Yeah, now we go to Rumble, but to capitalize on that point, because we will see a lot of drop shot today, like you said with the boost. There is no boost pads. It is continuously building, and that changes the entire theory of the game. A lot of people who are very quick style and pace, they have to slow it down because they can't just go get another 100 boost immediately. They have to wait for it to build, and that completely changes how these guys approach the ball. It's really exciting to see, but like you said, on to Rumble.
Yeah, on to Rumble. So Rumble is super fun. We got to see this in the last Midseason Mayhem. There are a lot of weird things going on the field, and weird goals can happen. I remember we saw, it was last season, the plunger master, Kronovi.
Just like he was using a Game Shark. He always got plunger.
Yeah, and so there are a bunch of different types of add-ons, I guess you can get, or power-ups, sorry, that you get after 10 seconds of gameplay. Once you use it, you have another 10 seconds cooldown that will help affect the gameplay. You can freeze the ball, you can punch the ball, you can kick other players. There are a ton of different options.
Yeah, a lot of these power-ups as well are built to counter things. One of the most popular ones, the one that people like the most, is the spikes. Basically, you run into it, attaches to your car wherever you hit it, and then you're able to control it as it's sticky to your car. But certain things like the freeze or the haymaker, where you have like a power glove hit it, certain things like that will affect how the ball basically applies to the car. So there's certain ways to counter it, and a lot of it does come down to timing.
This game mode can get really silly, and I think I accidentally almost punched you last season because I was so excited from the haymaker.
Yeah.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again. We come down into game number 2, Atelier versus Denial eSports. In this best of 5, the first one was drop shot, and that point went over to Atelier. Now Denial looking to take Rumble into their hands as the power-ups kick on. Turtle tries with the magnet, but frozen right on the goal line. Denial's going to keep themselves alive, but not for long, as Sizz is able to put that one right back towards the net.
Use the displacer to swap his position. He gets up with his shot and then takes the goalie out because he becomes the goalie.
That's so smart.
And it completely throws Corrupted G off guard.
That was really good. That's incredible, because
it was really good. It led to a
like
goal.
These guys know what they're doing. It's so
like
fun
to pros or something.
It's so fun to watch the pros play these different game modes. That's a normie, though. Sad. That's a normie.
Now you will hear us call normie goals a lot, which is just a normal shot. As
That's
we
no
said,
fun.
it takes 10 seconds for the power-ups to build. So if you're good at kickoff goals, you basically give yourself a chance.
Where's that in league play? That was a great shot.
Wow.
That was a great shot. That was actually a really great shot from Sad Jr. But we want to see Rumble goals.
That's why we're here.
Exactly. We're all tied up, though. 30 seconds in. That one almost emptying into an open net there. Ooh, power shot going way wide on that one. As he pulls out the fist, everyone should have power-ups, and we'll see what they decide to pull out. There's a haymaker from Lethamir and a spike. This is a scary spot if Sizz has boost. That spike ends up dying out before he can do anything real with that, and he'll have to back off. Turtle could disrupt all of the defense here. You see him going for Sad. He's out of the play, but Corrupted is going to get a touch on that as Matt tries to power fist that one out to Sizz. A freeze, maybe. Oh, what a clutch plunger from Sad Jr., keeping that one out of the net.
Not only that, but there was a clutch plunger, but then Corrupted G actually uses his grapple hook to pull it back to him around a player and then pinch it downfield. These guys are insane. But Corrupted G back on defense, like you can see the way that these guys are playing, like he immediately rotates back onto defense for two reasons. One,
this is my favorite case, sorry.
Everybody misses it.
The freeze ball, everyone is so muscle memoried for it to drop down that they just fly by that ball.
Nobody hits it, man. It's impossible.
Sizz pulling the plunger in to put themselves back on offense. No more goals have been scored. There's going to be a disruptor sending Turtle out of the play. Oh, a plunger from Corrupted sets that one in front of the net, but no teammate there to set that one on target. A haymaker from Turtle steals that from Sad. And there's a grapple from Sizz off the backboard. A double tap would have been incredible. Just misses off the top corner. That was such an incredible play. Oh, I'm so excited already.
Well, great defense coming out. Matt was actually approaching with a magnet. The closer it is, the stronger it is as he gets pushed out of the way of the positioning of the ball, but put back in with a plunger. These guys and a shot. Turtle playing that well. He makes the touch first and then he punches it.
It was the pass initially, though. As that bounced off the backboard from Sizz, Turtle with a haymaker whoosh, to the far side. No one's saving that one. They set themselves in the lead now with 2.5 minutes left in our second game. This is Rumble, if you're wondering what the hay is going on.
Right. If you're just tuning in, you're like, why do they have power-ups? What is happening?
Lethamir with an air dribble, easily stopped out by the defender, Sizz. Trying for that Norman goal. No normies for you left. Now we have our power-ups. Sad is going to be disrupted out of there as he makes that in for Corrupted. Corrupted trying with that, and that's really cool with the magnet is you can actually just fly through the air if you have enough boost, and it will just orbit around your car.
Yeah, it's really telegraphed, unfortunately, but what a lot of people will do is they'll slow down to make sure that the ball is as close to them as possible, and then as soon as they do that, they go for an aerial, and it just rotates around their car as it like orbits around them. It's really funny to watch.
You have to be so careful about your positioning, too, because at any point you saw Turtle going up, probably would have had the aerial, but the grapple came up from Sad, and he was able to beat them to that aerial touch. Sizz with the spikes, but he's under his wheels. He can't move at all. He's going to have to go to the garage to get his guitar fixed. To get his car fixed.
Why does he have a guitar? Oh, far down.
I don't know. This is Midseason Mayhem. Maybe he does have a guitar.
I guess.
Another haymaker from Sizz. Sets it to the far side. Turtle misses that in a power fist there. Sends that over to Corrupted. He's going to be booted out of the way. The good old-fashioned way by Turtle. Left with the plunger. Ties this one up with 1:30 left. Good play from him.
Yeah, so difficult to read. He wins over the grapple 50-50, but even though it looks like he's not going to make it, that angle technically impossible. Grabs it with the plunger, brings it back to himself, and ties us up. Game number 2, 2-2. Anybody's matched yet again. Think we'll see another overtime? Or overtime in your case?
You're going to say, what's overtime?
Something you don't know how to spell.
I love overtime. Gives us more rumble. We're tied up, as you said before, 2-2 with 1:20 left. And Tornado Sad Jr. just getting in the way. Matt can't do anything. That's going to head down to the other end. Left. If he can have boost. Oh, he loses control. Doesn't use that magnet properly. Matt with a power fist. Just off the side. Woo, almost falling down.
He literally can't stop.
Gotta go fast. Matt is disrupted, sent out of the play. A haymaker for Sad sets that in for a play, but I guess he misreads that corner bounce. Now, Turtle, we talked about this. Oh, that's not good. Corrupted. Why would you do that? You just helped Turtle out.
That was the epitome of Space Jam. Look at him go. Just flying through. Disrupted so he literally can't stop. Was basically what happens with that is someone on the other team basically attacks you, and it makes it so you can't stop boosting. Benefit being you're really fast and you get full boost when you're done.
Yeah. And
But
it can work if you want to get someone out of the play, but not when they have the magnet and they're flying through the air. Turtle brings himself into the lead with 40 seconds left. Denial, potentially a very critical mistake there. Might end up losing them at game number 2. 30 seconds left. They have to answer this, and it's Rumble. It can be answered very quickly. Corrupted off the corner, and maybe expected a spike. Looked like he was trying to set something up, but he does have a fist. Sends that to a teammate, left the last defender. It's going to be a rough spot. A lot of chaos going down in that box. So with that power fist, sends it up to left. One final chance here. A disruptor on a Sad. That ruins. Oh, no!
Oh, God. Turtle was back on defense with no power-up, just waiting for that to land. But then the spike play completely caught him off guard. I thought it was saved. Turtle ended up using a boot, but it hit the guy behind him instead of the one taking the shot. And then that ball gets placed. Like you said, any second a goal can happen.
We both just had to watch in silence.
We're just like, what's going to happen?
So close. The correction, to be able to bring that back with 4 seconds left, and this ball hits the ground. If is a very big question here. And there it is. Overtime, Ivertime number 2.
Now, I forget how it works, but in the last, I think, 10 seconds, like, power-ups just happen immediately or something like that?
They happen on the second before I think the countdown is actually at, so they would have had 3 seconds on their time.
Okay, that's it.
Or 4, one of those 2. But it does reduce it, but now they're at full time for their power-ups as we end overtime. Past 10 seconds, so they are starting to use their power-ups. Power shot from Turtle. Sad with an easy stop. Corrupted, what do you got? A nice little tap towards the net. Sad. Oh, what a freeze in front. That's still a rough spot. Sad is going to be able to put it in. I don't even know what happened, but it was incredible.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, we'll see if we can do that. So Magnet, obviously, the closer it is, it gets frozen, but then it pulls back to him and then goes away. But because he's farther behind the ball, it pulls back to him again out of the net, but then he goes into the net. Things happen. He got a goal. Sad Jr.'s a god.
Sad Jr. actually in the both of those critical plays, the 4-second goal to bring it overtime, and then the overtime goal just at 20 seconds in. Sad Jr. was a part of those, both of those plays. He got disrupted going up for that first ball, and still corrected it, got the spikes on it, put it in a spot that a teammate could get a shot on. I think it was left, and they were able to pull it to an overtime.
Unbelievable.
This is why I love watching the pros play Rumble.
It's so nutty, man. Like, it's different because obviously we have the general tendencies of what these players try to do, but then you add in power-ups, but then you're giving that, and then there's times involved and all that kind of stuff. Like, the way that these guys play, just because they're simply trying to buy time for another power-up that's like make or break, and you don't even know if it's going to be a good one either. It's nutty, man. But Sad Jr., 6 shots.
Now, as we wait for these votes, because these guys just got the vote, what are our options here for the fan-voted mutators?
Yeah, so there's a ton. The one we're actually going to go with, just because there's a lot to bring up, we're going to be going with pinball. So for those that have not seen pinball, they explained a little bit on the desk. The ball is a lot smaller, and it goes really, really fast. Just like how a pinball would. You hit it, and you just hope to goodness that you can get on the receiving end and hit it again. And maybe it'll go in the net.
Pinball is super fast. Expect to see some shots from their own side. Other than that, it's fairly normal. You're not going to see mutators. This isn't drop shot anymore. You guys voted on this, so let's hope we get some good gameplay out of it. This is going to be nuts. For the pros, though, this is going to be weird. I mean, you just had, this is now a 3rd game type in a row. There's no consistency that you can start to fall into here.
We talked about adaptability. Here we go, because
that's true.
You got to learn how to go with the punches, because this is going to be crazy.
That is actually true. To be a top player, you need to be able to adapt to situations and change your play style. This is kind of taking it a bit to the extremes.
A bit,
a lot to the extremes.
It's mayhem.
Yeah, and again, you guys voted for this, and if this is actually, I think that will mean we're going to be going to the 4th one. You guys also voted on a map, an arena. I'm excited to see what that is as well, but right now, you're giving us pinball with a super fast ball.
Yep. So
lightweight, small ball.
That's what you're doing right now.
And ball bounciness, super high. Not super high, just high, which is still a lot.
Well, as you can see, like a soft touch, the thing goes flying. And it's difficult because you're trying to read that bounce, and all of a sudden it's like way higher than you thought it was going to be. So you see these guys play a little bit more passive and very soft touches, even though they, are...
If you can even get a soft touch. That was an underside touch, and it just went to the roof. And you're going to see them spread out a lot because you can't do any kind of small passing, or dribbling just is out of the question at this point. You're not doing that. Everything's going to be in the air. Shots, long shots from your own end. pretty much what's going to be happening. I've seen people score on themselves from hitting it too hard when they're on offense.
Yeah, they like try to put it off the backboard and it just ricochets back when they're on net. It's really funny.
So you almost always have to have someone on defense to be able to stop that. But pinch plays, I've seen to be one of the most crucial things in pinball. Getting a pinch play from your own end, bouncing it, using a bunch of science and math off a million walls into your opponent's net might be how we see some of these goals go in. But still, 0-0, a minute passed, as both teams really try to sort it out. They're still shook from Rumble. It's Denial stops one out and quickly, of course, transitions this one back down to the other end. Sizz trying to get a bounce shot off the wall. We'll see who gets a control first, but a minute and a half passed so far. Neither team finding any of those special pinches I was talking about.
No, we joke as well about like lack of maintaining possession and seeing that ping pong action. I think from now on we're going to start calling it pinball action. It makes more sense.
That's very true, because there is no such thing as possession in this game mode.
No, you just hit it and hope.
This is the epitome of North American Rocket League.
Savage, man.
Hit the ball hard. And that's exactly what they're doing. Sizz with a beautiful pass to Matt. What a rocket stop by Corrupted. There's nothing you can do but pre-jump for that one and hope that you get in the way of that ball. And it is a little smaller too. This is a little harder to defend and hit as Matt misses that one in the air. Leth, Sad, and Corrupted all moving up the field for a chance. A demo leaves that net open, but an inaccurate shot from Corrupted sends that to the side. Now Atelier will have a chance to rebuttal with an attack of their own. That's going to drop straight in front of the net, but no one was going to be there to receive that one quickly. Matt, a little bit too high, will be out of the play. Turtle and Sizz rushing back as that one just goes off the post. And a nice touch back from Sizz. This is going to be weird for them going back to a normal ball.
Gosh, right?
That's going to be the worst.
Well, like you talked about, like how he missed that hit. A lot of it comes down, like, because of how fast the ball moves and how quickly that pace goes. You know, any small mistake gets amplified by a ton. You know, if you barely miss the shot, that thing's going to go wide. Like wide into the actual corner rather than just like barely missing off the post.
No, you're absolutely right. Everything is amplified in this game mode. Corrupted a pinch up to left, sends that one off the top corner, a little bit too far. Sad tries to make something out of it. Denial looking like they're getting a bit of control of this ball, as Atelier still just struggling, just hitting the ball sometimes. And that might be Denial. One goal might actually separate a loser from a winner here, if anyone can even get a goal.
I mean, usually one goal separates the winners from the losers.
I talked about those long shots. There it is. Corrupted G getting one from his own end. I think it might have been a pinch off Turtle. There it is. Look at that. Gets the read off of Turtle's touch. Sends that flying the other end. Not sure if he tried to get it in, but at least sending in that direction was, of course, his mission. Resulted in a goal with a minute 22 left. That might be it.
Well, if it like stays true to anything we've seen today, no, it's not. Give it time. Something stupid's going to happen, and someone's going to score.
That's very true.
What a shot!
You're right. Almost a shot from Matt there. Sad had the rush to stop that one. The softest touch. Matt looks to be adapted, but there's a second goal now with a minute left, and Denial sets themselves ahead and potentially at a match point.
Yet again, Denial winning a 50-50, but in this case, it bounces straight down into middle with a waiting Sad Jr., who just takes a soft touch, but it doesn't look soft because of the way the ball plays. Rockets into the side of the net.
Now, as I said before, a minute left. Denial sitting up 2-0. We're tied 1-1 in the series. This is game number 3 of our Midseason Mayhem. Everything's different. Everything's crazy. Just as this is a soft touch from Lethamir. And now they are running away with the series. These guys seem to know exactly how to touch that ball right.
That was the softest touch. You see him just floating in there, making sure, because any harder, that thing would have went flying, as we have all seen. But perfect placement by Denial, and they're looking comfortable as they start rolling in and trying to look forward, I guess, to say, I mean, it's difficult because obviously, like, any small pinch or something can lead to a goal, but being up by 3, I'm pretty confident in Denial taking this one. They're probably looking forward to, okay, what map has Twitch chat decided for us?
Well, at this point, you're absolutely right. I think the only chance for Atelier is some long shots, because their soft touch
what a boomer!
Or some boomers like that. All 3 of these hits were, I mean, it's kind of hard not to in pinball, but just rockets off the backboard. Turtle somehow able to connect with that mini ball and sends that one just pummeling into that net, but they still have 2 goals to come back.
Yeah, trying to make me eat my words. as he scores that last goal. 30 seconds left on the clock. Lethamyr trying to play it back inside. But you can tell this team of Atelier just starting to go complete ball chase. They understand that with 20 seconds left, they kind of need any touch whatsoever. As they go for the fake, Lethamyr saves it.
That was almost a sick play there. As you said, that fake Matt just way wide of that one. I think they're just trying to give it at all with 8 seconds left and 2 goals down. It could still happen. That ball can pinch into the net at any given second here, but with 0 seconds left, I think that's going to be it. And Sad Jr. blocks their final attempt to put at least one more in. And Denial's going to take this one away, giving up the first game in drop shot. They take a point back in Rumble, and now a point back in the voted Mutator. That leaves us with a game number 4. You guys, once again in chat, voted for an arena.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy stuff. And you even see it like Atelier trying to stick to their roots, which I don't think is going to work. We saw last season where G2 was able, after not winning a single game in league play, able to come in and then didn't drop a single match out of any of their games and took it. So conventional things don't work. Atelier trying to go for some infield pass plays at the end there, but it easily read and blocked out. Just obviously few attempts, but some pretty crazy stuff obviously seen already. And I have no idea what this map's going to be, but...
I do. Are you hungry? Because we're going to the donut. Utopia Retro.
That was a good transition.
We are going to get down on the circular field. We have this
the
is
worst
a cool
camera angle ready for you.
This is gonna be. You guys are testing what we can do here at Midseason Mayhem in the chat. This is really cool. You have a circular map that also has an underpass, so you can actually go through your own goal to get back onto defense or offense instantly.
Yeah, and obviously, if you guys don't understand, the goals are back-to-back. So there's a lot of times when people, instead of rotating in a certain way, there's like, well, why don't I just keep going straight and play it like NASCAR style, you know?
Just go left the entire time.
Yeah. Or right if you're on the other team. But
you could play NASCAR on this map. May not help your team out as much, but none of the mutators are here anymore. And this is what we just talked about in the last one is after that pinball, they just got adjusted near the end of that match, to that super fast, super bouncy ball. It's not that anymore. And we might see a little bit of adjustment period at the beginning here as we come down into game number 4. Guess what? This is a match point for Denial.
Yes, the difference being, obviously, this is single elimination, so it's all or nothing right away. Lots of money on the line. First place taking $4,000.
That's a lot of dough. I want to play. Atelier, Denial eSports, though, are playing instead. I'm not good enough to be in this. 20 seconds into our game number 4. And we have Denial sitting at a 2-1 in the series. Atelier did win the first one on drop shot, but haven't been able to get a point since. We'll see if they can bring it back here. Standard physics, standard everything except for the map right now. You guys voted for it. Leth with a shot from that midpoint, taking it instantly from their side. Good pass from Sad. Oh, this was an incredible play.
Beautiful play. Sad Jr. taking up the wall and playing it into the middle, right where it changes from side to side. And you actually see Lethamyr check to the ball through the air and then placing it as a redirect back towards the other net. Really well played. Almost impossible to defend unless you're waiting in net for that.
It's actually so tough because they just transition from their own end on defense to offense into a goal instantly. And that's what this map allows for. And they didn't even use the underpass. Leth is, though, as he goes back to the other side for boost and puts himself instantly back at the midfield to attack Matt and Turtle. There's teammates following suit. Corrupted in the air. No second touch for him as Turtle dribbles this one up the wall. Sad intercept and look at Denial instantly back on defense. I love to see that they just pass through that underpass and are able to stop that attack from Atelier right away.
They were completely out of position, but he's like, yeah, I'm just going to go through the and I'm here. like you may have beat us this time, but you just wait.
Well, Denial sitting up 1 point. Just have to make sure they keep doing that. The second that they find themselves in an odd spot, instantly put yourself back on defense and stop that play from Atelier. You can hold off this 1-goal lead, but 3.5 minutes left is a lot of time for Atelier to be able to bring this series back as long as they can utilize this map's strengths and break past that defense at Denial right now. And you know what I'd really like to see is some demos coming from behind through those underpasses.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that as they try to transition. But one of the big differences, too, like we mentioned, how like in drop shot, boost didn't exist. This one, like the 100 boosts are spread out pretty heavily. You got to travel quite a bit. But one way to cheat that is if you go right through the middle off of like a little ramp, like a little
like
fountain.
Sis just did there.
There is a 100 boost waiting for you as Lethamyr gets another goal.
Leth drops another one, and that's a second of the game now. as Denial is looking pretty strong in the series. They sit up 2 points in the series and 2 points in the goal now. And Leth has been a leader of a lot of that along with Sad.
Well, a lot of it had to come through with that demo. You said you wanted to see some of it, and they heard you, man. They came in, got a demo, took someone out of net, and then as Ziz trying to rotate back into net, a pinch comes down through. As they are applying a ton of pressure on Denial, and that's kind of one of the benefits you get to this map on Utopia Retro is you can apply all this pressure, and then if you just overextend, well, go through the net and you're back on
There
defense.
is no such thing as overextending
Yeah, right.
in this map. You're instantly back on your side and ready to start again. Leth trying to start something up himself, though. Corrupted there to stop at midfield. Matt will carry this one past, trying to get over the little bump in the middle. Sad landing with conviction, but misses his touch. Regains control. Turtle finally turning that one around. Atelier trying to move on the field, but that goes the wrong way. And they're back on defense as they finally had a chance.
Well, normally would have been a great cross-field pass, but due to the way the donut is shaped, the way his car is angled on that wall, just pushes it back towards his own net as he scores an own goal. What?
Turtle, no, not like this. 2 minutes left and Turtle, they're already down and you score an own goal.
It was, I mean, Turtle played it up. It just Corrupted was doing a good job waiting for it, but he ended up passing it down. And fortunately, Matt trying to clear it back out, cleared it into his own net.
I think Turtle not maybe understanding that corner fully, not aware of how this map works, was maybe thinking that was going to roll right into the net. Sends it into his own net instead. In Denial, looking in a good spot right now as long as they can hold on to this 3-goal lead. Hold off an attack from Atelier. They will have this series. Moving on the bracket, and Atelier looking at elimination from Midseason Mayhem.
Yeah, trying to get this Atelier team to send their bags back in the heavy favorites on offense. Having troubles finding goals as they keep pressuring. But it's something they do well as they start to apply that pressure.
Hey, a minute 25 is a lot of time left to bring this back, and 1 goal sets them in the right direction.
Yeah, Turtle and Matt, fantastic pass. But his benefit of that wall being curved too is if you hit it right on that angle, it immediately pops back out for a pass for your teammate. You don't have to wait for it to roll up and then play it out yourself. So good job utilizing the map's advantage to get your first goal.
2 goals left now for Atelier to pull this one back. We're approaching that final minute of gameplay. And that's going to be another one, though, for Sad Jr. 4-1, they now sit in this potential final match.
Yeah, unfortunately, the whole Stone Cold Killer attack from Matt doesn't really work.
Hey, you got to try everything at this point.
I would recommend jumping and trying to hit it.
It's Midseason Mayhem. You got to try
mayhem,
everything.
Man.
A minute left now and a man down. This might be a difficult spot for Atelier to be able to pull this one back. Denial, all they have to do is send 2 people up, as that's all that Atelier has left on their side. Leave 1 person on defense. Oh,
Turtle doing a great job getting them involved. I like it. I like it.
Getting your teammates involved. I like to see that. Oh, Turtle reading that bounce off the crossbar so well. Puts him with a 2-goal reach once again.
Turtle being a one-man wrecking crew, passing it to himself off of Matt, technically, and then able to go for the double touch. Well read afterwards. Apparently, Matt's monitor was dead, so he couldn't see.
We're going in blind.
Oh, man.
What is going on?
We talked about Mayhem. I don't know what kind of tactics this Denial team is trying, but it's working.
The dead pixel tactic. And almost another goal there from Sad Jr. 38 seconds off. 2 goals. Atelier still has a chance to pull this one back. Matt once again alive on the field. Got his windshield cleared off. We'll see if they can set up a play. Turtle, Matt ready with only 1 defender. Corrupted intercepts that play. There's Sad coming through the underpass, making his way back onto defense. Lethamir tries to clear it, but he'll have to back off.
Mind games everywhere.
It was a super awkward rotation from Lethamir. Finds his way back, though, and stops the attack. 10 seconds left, 2 goals. Can Atelier do it? A rocket. There's another chance. 1 goal in 6 seconds left. Atelier has the chance to be able to pull this one back.
Now, what I want to see Atelier do is actually, instead of going to contest on one of their sides, have one of their teammates in the back go through the underpass and go for a demo on that back man immediately. Give themselves a chance for this redirect.
6 seconds. Can Atelier do it? Give them their energy in chat. They're going to need it right now. There's a chance. Sizz to Turtle. Turtle sends it off the backboard. Sad can't get there, and he'll be out of the play. A chance now as they send both of them. Sizz and Turtle tried to go for that 1-all final shot and weren't able to make it as that gets cleared by Denial. And they take this series in a game number 4, making it all the way through drop shot, rumble, Pinball, and now, of course, Retro Utopia. Denial moving on to the bracket. Unfortunately, Atelier is done for the day.
Yeah, as you said, single elim in this best of 5 Denial. Anything can happen, and they've showed just that, coming out so very strong after losing that first match, able to battle back. Drop shot may not be their strong suit, but everything else seems to be okay.
You're absolutely right. I mean, if they can clean that up coming into the next part of the bracket, they might just have a clean sweep because they looked like they knew what they're doing. Rumble seemed pretty strong. Pinball, they adapted really well near the end. That final minute and a half was all Denial.
Right.
And then, of course, that last one. If it's weird stuff, honestly, I'm not surprised. Sad Junior's on the team. If it's something weird, then they're probably going to be good at it.
Sad Junior is one of those players that not only is he weird, but he always loves staying on the other side of the field rather than rotating back and just waits for a redirect.